Imagine this. Two neighbors sharing the same cozy island paradise, but one's throwing a never-ending chaotic party while the other's chilling with a piña colada in hand. Yeah, that's Haiti and the Dominican Republic for you talk about sibling rivalry gone wrong. Buckle up as we dive into why Haiti's stuck in a rough spot and its island mate is thriving like a well-watered palm tree. Welcome to GeoAtlas. Today, we're jetting off to the Caribbean vibes of Hispaniola, the island split between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. These two nations cram onto a modestly sized landmass, yet their vibes couldn't be more opposite. Haiti's spiraled into something resembling total anarchy. Ironic, since it's not exactly the frozen tundra of Antarctica, but hey, close enough in the chill factor of stability. Meanwhile, the Dominican Republic stands out as a fairly secure, prosperous, and steady spot, making you wonder if they drew straws for the better half of the island. Sure, you might chalk up Haiti's woes to a streak of bad luck over the past few decades, but dig deeper, and it's clear that fate's only part of the story. The nation's tough spot traces straight back to its heartbreaking origins, a tale so tragic it could make a soap opera writer blush. What's even wilder, despite sharing the same patch of earth, the Dominican Republic has dodged those bullets, emerging as a relatively safe, affluent, and reliable haven. Stick around as we unpack the wild history that set these two on such wildly different paths. Picture this. Two roommates sharing a cramped apartment, but one's got a 5-star setup while the other's dealing with a leaky roof and endless drama. That's the vibe between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Same island, wildly different vibes, all thanks to their messy colonial breakup. Let's unpack how history turned these island twins into polar opposites. Despite cozying up on the same chunk of land, Haiti and the Dominican Republic couldn't be more unalike in just about every category, from economy to stability. A big chunk of today's contrast boils down to their divided colonial past. Talk about a bad divorce settlement. Back in 1492, Christopher Columbus crash-landed on the island of Hispaniola, specifically planting his flag on what's now Haiti's northwest coast. Sponsored by the Spanish crown, he boldly claimed the whole place for Spain, conveniently ignoring the indigenous folks who'd been calling it home for ages. But Spain? They treated Hispaniola like that forgotten gym membership, more of a pit stop for restocking their flashier colonies in Central and South America. This neglect left the western side wide open, so a sneaky French settlement popped up there, flying under the radar. Once the French struck gold, or tobacco, really, on their turf, waves of settlers flooded in, sparking squabbles with the Spanish, who were all, "Hey, that's ours!" Fast forward to 1697. And as part of the Treaty of Ryswick wrapping up Europe's 9 Years' War, the island got officially sliced. France snagged the west, Spain kept the east. From there, the two sides started drifting like ships in opposite currents. In the early 1700s, France was the rich kid on the block compared to Spain, pumping in hundreds of thousands of enslaved people to Hispaniola in a shockingly short time. By 1788, Haiti's population tallied around 25,000 French folks, 22,000 free people of mixed heritage, and a staggering over 700,000 enslaved individuals. Over on the future Dominican side, about 38,000 Spanish citizens, another 38,000 free multiracial people, and under 15,000 slaves. Ironic how fewer people in chains meant less prosperity in colonial terms. This slave-heavy setup skyrocketed Haiti to mega-wealth status, becoming the crown jewel of France's empire. By 1800, it was churning out half of France's overseas profits from sugar plantations, profits built on the backs of brutal labor, because nothing says success like exploitation, right? But in the early 1800s, after epic, blood-soaked fights, the enslaved Haitians flipped the script and claimed their independence. Victory tasted sweet. But the hangover? It lingers to this day. As a rebel ex-slave colony that actually won, Haiti got the cold shoulder from Europe, and America bigwigs terrified it'd inspire copycats elsewhere. Take US, President Thomas Jefferson. He straight up ghosted them on recognition. To finally get a nod from the world, Haiti coughed up 150 million francs to France, a debt that haunted their economy like a bad credit score they could never shake. Meanwhile, The Spanish colony chugged along quietly, mostly unmanaged by Spain, like a kid left home alone with minimal supervision. Things got spicier when newly free Haiti seized the whole island from 1822 to 1844, slapping heavy taxes on the Dominican side to chip away at that French IOU, talk about passing the bill to your neighbor. Predictably, this sparked another independence scrap, this time ditching Haiti. By 1856, the Dominican Republic stood solo, and the island's borders were locked in. At their core, Haiti and the Dominican Republic sprang from two wildly different colonial vibes, France's high-octane exploitation versus Spain's laid-back neglect, and that's the root of today's divide. We'll dive into how this all snowballed over the decades next. But hey, if this historical roller coaster's got you hooked, smash that subscribe button. More geo goodness is just one click away. Ever wondered why sharing a bedroom or island doesn't guarantee equal perks? One side gets the sunny balcony view, the other the drafty corner. That's the geographic plot twist, amplifying the drama between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Let's explore how Mother Nature played favorites and piled on the challenges. Sure, we've been geeking out over history and politics so far, but let's not overlook the massive role geography plays in this island saga. Even though they're roommates on the same landmass, Haiti and the Dominican Republic aren't carbon copies when it comes to terrain, and boy, does that crank up their existing contrasts to 11. Picture this. Haiti's chilling on the western flank, while the Dominican Republic lounges to the east, with a rugged chain of mountain ranges acting as the ultimate divider, basically carving the island into two unequal slices. Over on the Dominican east, easterly storms roll in like uninvited guests, dumping rain and moisture that nurture vibrant, lush, tropical jungles. Talk about a spa treatment for the soil. But those mountains, they're the grumpy bouncers, blocking most of that watery goodness from crossing over, leaving Haiti in a classic rain shadow. Result? Haiti's surprisingly parched compared to its next-door neighbor, like the kid who always gets the smaller slice of cake at the party. This dryness hasn't just been a minor inconvenience. It's wreaked havoc on the landscape, big time. Back when it was France's slave-powered outpost, the colonizers went full lumberjack mode, chopping down forests en masse to load up timber on the same ships that hauled in enslaved Africans, ironic recycling at its darkest. And thanks to Haiti's arid vibes, those trees haven't bounced back nearly as well as on the Dominican side, where the wetter climate lets nature hit the reset button more easily. To top it off, Haiti's got the short end of the seismic stick, with the Enriquillo Fault lurking beneath, dishing out major quakes in the mid-1800s, and slamming population hubs in 2010 and 2021, because why not add natural disasters to the mix? The Dominican Republic isn't fault-free. It has its own underground troublemaker, but that one's been way more chill and snakes through sparsely populated zones, sparing the crowds the worst of it. If Haiti's story were a movie, it'd be that tragic sequel, where everything that can go wrong does right on cue. Like, the universe has a twisted sense of timing. No lone villain or plot twist to blame, it's a relentless parade of disasters, both nature's fury and human blunders, stacking up like a game of Jenga gone horribly awry. Let's break down how this cascade of chaos turned Haiti into the hot mess it is today. Back in the early 1900s, Haiti was drowning in debt to heavyweights like France, Germany, and the United States. Talk about a financial hangover that wouldn't quit. This left the nation scraping the bottom of the barrel, unable to deliver even basic services to its people, sparking a non-stop cycle of uprisings and power grabs that made political stability look like a myth. To safeguard their investments, because nothing says helping hand like armed intervention, the United States swooped in for an occupation starting in 1915, imposing a sort of military-flavored authoritarian rule. Sure, they spruced up Port-au-Prince with some roads and a more organized government setup, but it came at the cost of conscripting Haitians into forced labor crews. Ironic upgrade. Anyone? The Americans finally packed up in 1934, only to pave the way for a lineup of iron-fisted dictators who ruled with all the compassion of a rusty nail. Fast forward to 2010, and bam, a massive 7-magnitude quake rattled the area near Port-au-Prince. Thanks to years of epic mismanagement under prior regimes, Haiti was about as ready for it as a sandcastle facing a tidal wave. Structures collapsed like poorly stacked cards, claiming an estimated 300,000 lives in the rubble, even with a flood of international help from the US. And others, reconstruction dragged on like a bad dream that wouldn't end. Then, in a plot twist, straight out of a thriller, July 2021 saw Haiti's last democratically chosen president get assassinated, because why not throw political murder into the mix? Hot on its heels came yet another brutal earthquake slamming the southwestern region, doubling down on the devastation like nature's cruel encore. With these back-to-back blows, the nation plummeted into full-blown disarray. No sitting president, a parliament that's basically a ghost town, and courts limping along at best. Nowadays, swaths of Haiti are under the thumb of assorted gangs, turning daily life into a real-life survival game. Fast forward to today, and it's like Haiti and the Dominican Republic are living in parallel universes. One's a bustling hotspot, the other's a perpetual plot twist in a disaster flick. What gives with this island divide? Let's wrap up our tale by spotlighting just how stark their modern realities are, and why one thrives while the other, well, struggles to keep the lights on. In the here and now, these two couldn't be further apart when it comes to stability and prosperity. Think oil and water, but with passports. Sure, the Dominican Republic has tangoed with its share of dictators in the history books, but it's danced its way to a far sunnier outcome, like the underdog who actually wins the game. They've smartly spread out their economic bets, raking in cash from all angles, while Haiti lags behind like a forgotten side quest. Crunch the numbers from 2022. The Dominican Republic boasted a GDP around $255 billion, flexing its financial muscles. Haiti? Clocking in at about $34 billion? Yikes. That's not just a gap. It's a chasm wide enough to fit a cruise ship. And before you blame it on crowd size, think again. That same year, the Dominican Republic housed roughly 10.7 million folks, with Haiti edging it out at 11.3 million. By all logic, their economies should be neck and neck, but Haiti's perpetual government shuffle, more like a chaotic game of musical chairs, has kept it from building a solid foundation. This leadership limbo has sparked fresh opportunities over on the Dominican side, like a booming tourism scene that's turned beaches into gold mines. Haiti? Its version of come visit never quite took off, probably because adventure there means dodging more than just sunburns. Ironic for a place with such postcard potential. At the end of the day, these island sharers have one thing in common: the land under their feet. Beyond that, Haiti's barely holding it together as a state, while you could jet to the Dominican Republic for a legit vacation vibe, complete with fruity drinks and zero drama. Fingers crossed, Haiti turns the corner. Soon everyone deserves a shot at paradise. If this deep dive into why these neighbors are worlds apart kept you glued, hit that subscribe button for more geo adventures. Craving more? Check out my other videos right here. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next one.